Good morning everyone, your accounting tutor here. So today I'm going to show you how to do break-even related questions. Okay, here's an example. So what we know is the product A selling price per unit is 100. And then the total fixed costs is 270,000 and the variable costs based on budgeted units of 5,000 is 250,000. And then the requirement is to calculate the break-even point, and then the second requirement is to calculate the number of units need to be sold to make a profit of 500,000. Okay, so we know to calculate break-even unit, we need to know total fixed costs and contribution per unit, right? Because break-even unit equals to total fixed costs divided by contribution per unit. So we want to calculate the contribution per unit first. So we know the selling price is 100, right? And then if we deduct variable cost from selling price, we'll arrive at contribution margin per unit. So what is our variable cost per unit? We know the total variable cost is 250,000 and then the budget unit is 5,000. So if we use the total 250,000 divided by number of units, which is 5,000, you will get variable cost per unit. So now we have selling price per unit, variable cost per unit. We can calculate contribution margin per unit, which is selling price minus variable cost, right? And then for total fixed cost, we know it's 270,000, right? So break even in volume is total fixed costs divided by contribution margin per unit. So you can see that is our break-even point. Okay, that's for the first question. For the second one, they ask you to calculate the number of units need to be sold to make a profit of 500,000. There are two ways to tackle this question. We already know we need to sell 5,400 to break even. So any unit we sell above this break-even point, the contribution margin per unit is our profit, 100%, right? So we want to make 500,000 profit, and I know for each unit I sell, the contribution margin is my profit. So if I use 500,000 divided by 50, I will get the additional units that I need to sell, right? So the total number of units that I need to sell to make a profit of 500,000 will be break-even point plus this 10,000 additional units I need to sell. So this is the final number to make a profit of 500,000. So alternatively, you can use this equation to do the calculation. So we know contribution margin per unit times number of units. That's the total contribution margin, right? From there, if we minus total fixed costs, then what's left is profit, right? So if we set the number of units as X, all right, so we know our contribution margin per unit is 50, right? So 50 times X minus total fixed cost is 270,000 and equals to the profit we want is 500,000. If you do the calculation, the X should be equal to So you can see if we do the calculation, X should be equal to 50,400. So you can see either way you'll get exact the same answer. Right, your accounting tutor, let me know your thoughts.